So, today we are doing a bit of a photo challenge with Tommy and Bella and myself. And we're going to use the new area at the Glen. We're going to come up with 3 different locations around here, and to add a bit of a challenge to it, we're going to allow ourselves 3 minutes each to shoot.
So first location I'm going to shoot is Tina's Noodle Kitchen, and we're going to use this location first because the light is actually getting lower. It's around 5 o'clock right now, so we want to be quick about this shoot, and also it's got really nice colors over there, so let's see how we go.
Tommy has made the decision to go first, so he is about to set up, and then he will have 3 minutes to get as many shots as he can. So let's see how Tommy goes. Start now.
How do you got my settings in? Okay, wait. I'm going to do a test shot real quick. So you can do whatever you want. 3, 2, 1. Are you looking more behind my shoulder? Yeah.
Times.
Cool.
How'd you go?
I think it's pretty good. I tried a lot of the very similar shots, just with slight differences, and yeah, the clock's a bit of pressure, but I think I did good.
2, 1. Sweet. I might, use this. I'm gonna try and get like half of your face shaded, half of it not. Yeah, and we'll see how that looks to start. What I'll do first, I'll get you to lean nice and forward, and maybe just anything with your hands around your face. There's something good in that.
Rhys, how do you feel?
Good. I instantly regretted using 35 mils. I straight away decided I wanted to use 50. Shots I wanted in my head, I kind of just went straight out the window when I started. So these ones look good though. So bring it. Okay, so location 2 is literally like a 20-meter walk at Miss Ping's Thai restaurant. I get to go first this time, so I can't steal all of Tommy's ideas. So 3 minutes on me.
Nice. How do you feel?
Better than I did the first one. I wasn't actually expecting him to let me shoot through the window, but I figured if I just rushed him, he wouldn't have enough chance to say no. So,
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. I actually like the colors a lot more. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. No.
Now.
Yeah, left shoulder towards the window.
Yep.
And looking towards me. We're going to take a test shot first.
That's time.
Nice. Good job. Yeah.
All good.
How was that?
That was tough. I think I only used like 2 main spots.
Yeah.
And yeah, not easy. Not easy. Although in saying that, I think I got some pretty good shots. But it wasn't easy.
In 3, 2, 1. Time. It took me a little bit to play with my white balance and kind of what I wanted out of the photo. I played around a bit here but didn't like it, and then found that little tunnel actually looked a lot sicker. I think I would have liked to use 35 though, not 50. But yeah, it was good.
Right. And how do you feel about shooting in this last location?
Good. I think the lighting was really sick, so I'd be interested to see how the photos turn out.
So lucky bonus, 4th location, we're just going to use the entirety of outside, and I think this one's on me to start, so 3 minutes again. Around here, right here, and then hit where you're right.
Feel about that one?
I really rated it. It was more in the colors that I wanted to use, and I kind of got to test out some low-key boudoir style posing, which is something I've been working on. So it was cool. Liked it. Liked it a lot.
I swear that's like tight, isn't it?
Yes, it just started vibrating in my
Yeah.
back pocket. Find that one.
It was good. I mean, I like shooting in nature and stuff, and like in a little bit of shadow, so kind of like my comfort zone. I like it.
Yeah. Out of all 4, which was your favorite location so far?
Or for maybe the one I just shot. Maybe just this one.
Yeah.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, my favorite location was the last one, shooting kind of through the pillars, for no real reason other than I just enjoyed it. So that's all of the shooting bit done, and now we're gonna go do our editing, and we'll do a bit of a reveal.
Look at that.
Really bad transition. All right, transition all done and dusted. We're now gonna go look at all the photos and see how it went. Shoot's all done and dusted, all the editing's done. How did you find doing the shoot itself?
I enjoyed shooting in a lot of the locations because they're not usual places that, you know, I'd take photos and stuff. And usually I take photos more in like gardens and like flowers and that kind of thing. That's more my vibe. But it was enjoyable and like a good challenge to shoot in the different places that we had in mind. And yeah, overall it was good.
Yeah, I found it be like there was one location that was kind of my style, which happened to be the very last one that we did, which was the bonus one. But all the other ones were not kind of places that I shoot because I don't shoot in that kind of color scheme. But how did you find editing them after?
Editing wise, there was one location where I struggled a little bit with, but everything else was okay. Yeah, like, I guess like I said before, and like Rhys has addressed, it's not really our style to shoot in like this kind of location and to make the photos look kind of like this, but I think we made the most of it, and we both probably got our own touches to the photo as well.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm excited to see what we've done.
I think I'll be quite surprised when I see them because I know, like, especially your style with the way you shoot is completely different to what we did.
Yeah.
And even editing wise, so I'd be interested to see how they turn out, to be honest.
Oh, there.
Oh wow.
I didn't think
Yeah.
it was something like that.
So this was like taken at the first location using like a little like bucket of like chopsticks and like napkins. I put that in front as like a foreground subject to hide part of like Bella's eye, and I wanted to make
sick.
the photo look a bit dreamy and have a bit more depth in the photo itself. And there's some bokeh and like light in the back, and I'm using like a teal and gold color scheme. So I'm moving on to the second photo.
Yeah.
So this is with a similar color scheme, just with a different angle and like different lines and shapes. But yeah, these were my photos from the first location.
Looks sick.
Out of those two, which was your favorite one?
Yeah.
Probably the first one.
Yeah.
Probably the first one.
It looks sick.
Sick. Well, damn.
Alright, so
2, 1.
hey.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, that was against the plants.
against the plants.
Yeah.
So the first one, I tried to bring in a bit of my like, I guess, editing style, and with this one, I also tried to put a bit of a fade through the blacks.
Do you usually put a fade through the blacks?
I try to. It's something I've started doing.
I like this. I like how half the face is like highlighted more than the other.
Yeah.
And I think you found like a good corner where there was enough light to be on the face and also a bit dark in the shadows as well.
Yeah. One. Boom.
Hey.
Oh wow, that was wow.
So yeah, here's the
The light.
but like with 3 minutes to try and.
Yeah.
True, we had 3 minutes.
It was 3 minutes, yeah.
So I'm happier with this one. I just kind of like the posing. I also liked kind of how the shadowing is at the top and bottom. So number 2 was hard.
Number 2 was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
So
It's one of those.
So yeah, first one I wanted to use the table and kind of be a little bit more relaxed with it. And this was kind of my more favorite out of them. There was one that I really liked, but I realized it wasn't in focus. And that kind of made me really upset. The second one,
Oh, wow.
I like this one better.
Yeah.
Really.
so I
Yeah.
preferred this one. This one,
Wood texture.
I wanted to embrace the pink. So the skin tone has a pink pink through it. The whites have a bit of pink.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think this photo compared to the first one has a bit more like color coordination to it.
Yeah.
So obviously you got like the pinks and then the whites and then you've got like that big block of like your denim jeans.
Yeah.
Well, I think before I show them, the second location was the hardest in my opinion. For the same reasons, like the pinks are very similar, and I thought it was a bit harder to get depth in the photo and that kind of thing. 2, 1.
Oh, lit.
Oh, wow.
That's sick. This is actually one that I was curious to see if you
Yeah,
did
on
any
the
of the
floor.
floor ones.
Yeah.
So the thing with the floor is I noticed that obviously there's like those tiles, right? And then they contrasted a bit with like the pink. And then in the back inside the restaurant there was that bit of reflection, or like inside
the
there was like
lighting
the
across
lighting.
near the entry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see.
So we
That's
got
sick.
some of that in there. And with the posing and stuff, I usually like to go for a more relaxed mood.
Yeah.
And something that feels a bit more like,
Natural.
yeah, like natural and
Yeah.
like resting.
Dude, you did a very good job
Yeah.
keeping the colors.
Next one's a more close-up version
Yeah.
of the same location.
Yeah.
And this one's more of like a portrait, I guess. So more looking into the camera and a bit more depth in the photo.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, these are my photos from the second location.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Location 3.
3. I also found 3 hard. Because like I had an
Was that
idea.
serious?
Yeah, I had an idea with it and it just like it was just
3
not-
was hard, but I think out of all the locations, it had the most, I guess like night vibe or
Yeah.
Yeah.
like something that's a bit different from like the other 3. 2, 1.
Oh, sick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so this one, like using the table, getting more depth into the shot as well. So getting a bit of the inside of the restaurant, and then using that bit of like that like fence framing as part of a highlight to get a little bit of foreground subjects.
Yeah.
In the
I love trying to put things in. I don't think that's one thing on reflection that I didn't do well enough in all of mine. I didn't have too much in the foreground, so opposed to what I like to do, which is like foreground, then subject,
and then background. Yeah,
because it just
yeah.
like makes it like this. The second one. Oh, dude.
Oh, I
this.
wondered how the lighting was going to turn out with these ones.
Yeah, so the
Sick.
restaurant had really cool lighting just on top of one of their tables, and so going from like a very low angle, shooting upwards, trying to get that in frame and also position it and in a way to, I guess, make like an interesting backdrop.
Yeah, you look very long.
I do look very longer than normal.
That's sick. And first one.
Whoa! Wow, that doesn't even look like the
Holy
location.
hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
So I played around with my white balance in this and ended up having it quite like the background turned out blue for some reason in the whole shot.
Yeah.
Which was odd because the whole thing was bronze.
Yeah.
What I kind of did was then, like this one is what took me a while to try and like pick what kind of skin tone I wanted it to look like. And
Yeah, it looks so different.
there's also like a small film grain style across it, so you can see like little
Oh yeah.
dots through.
That's what it is. I was wondering what it was.
Yeah.
Like the white.
Yeah. And then the second one.
Nice.
Oh wow, yeah, different again.
Yeah, this one, this is the one I mentioned earlier to you, Tommy, where the wood and the skin tone were the
Clashed,
same,
yeah.
and it was, I wanted to like try and keep this dark and fix
Yeah.
skins, and but then when I removed stuff, it took out a lip. So
I noticed you're going on the cooler side for this photo.
yeah,
Yeah.
I tried to play around with my editing a lot because I couldn't get it to be that warm orange tone, so
Yeah.
I had to flip, and I find it difficult.
Bit of a challenging location for sure.
Yeah, it was my hard one. Boom.
Hey,
Oh,
I like this one a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I edited this like 6 different ways, and I eventually went with a cooler look than oranges,
Yeah,
which
I see
I
that.
like
you'll
it.
see a
Yeah.
massive contrast compared to the next shot. Because I was like, why not do both?
This one's
Really
great.
cool.
I like how it's like slightly muted, and I like the composition in this one as well.
Yeah.
I think out of all the shots that you've shown me so far, this one's probably up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these last two, like the last one is my favorite shot of the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Which
Like
is-
last.
It's this one.
Oh
Great,
yeah.
great.
I like the colors. It's got quite a bit of a fade through it. I don't know. It was my favorite to edit. Yeah, I don't really know why. I just like that burnt orange and dark blacks.
I like the warmth through like the tone and the shadows and the hair and everything.
Yeah.
And also the symmetry of the whole composition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That was my favorite shot of the whole thing, though.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One.
Oh
shit.
wow.
It is very you, actually.
Yeah.
So definitely a lot more of like the daylight, sunlight, bright blue sky look.
Yeah.
And I went for the upwards angle because I wanted to get more of the roof from the ceiling. And yeah, obviously getting a lot of that sunlight in there as well as a bit of a shadow for contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your skin tones are always like quite lightish.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that like all of them are quite like light and soft.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then this is the second one.
Oh wow.
That is gorgeous. And it is a different orientation. That's the only one
Oh
in all of these
yeah.
shots.
To be honest,
It's true.
I usually mostly shoot horizontal. I
Yeah.
usually mostly shoot horizontal. So this is how I generally like my portraits anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think out of all the photos, this is most my style
Yeah.
that I do.
Yeah.
So it's like a backlit sunlight outdoor to the side and an ice camera.
Yeah.
It's just the most Tommy thing you could do.
This is the Tommy pose.
Yeah.
This is one of your
Typical
go-to
Tommy.
poses.
Typical, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a different take on the same location compared to your photos.
Yeah.
What are you? Do you have a favorite from each photographer?
Yeah, okay, so I'd probably have to say the first one at the Tina's Kitchen from yours.
First one, first location.
Yeah,
With
with the chopsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the half face.
Yeah, first one though, last location, just because of the cooler tones, they're different.
Yeah.
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 Awesome.
Hopefully that was enjoyable for you to see. It was a lot of fun.
It's great.
Yeah, and some big challenges out of it, but it was super sick.
3 minutes is a short time, but it can feel like a long time too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think you got like all the time in the world, and then the timer goes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I thought we just set up my camera. But if you did enjoy that video, maybe consider staying around, watching a couple more, or like and subscribe. Make sure you're following both of these two on every social media platform ever, and watch TikTok. Yeah, watch TikTok because that's where all the content is.
Yeah.
But until next time, have a great day.
See ya.
See ya.
Sorry.
That was an awful.